Welcome Rose Redemption, where we redeem your Monday one roll at a time. It's our Twitch anniversary, and I'm glad you're here to celebrate it with us. Let's get rolling.
All right. Let's kick it off to Torkel if you are ready, buddy.
Right. And I am just pulling up the recap that I have written, that I actually did have written, and I'm not just bullshitting right now. Whenever
It was
my
really good.
Discord,
We saw
there we
first
go.
proof.
The king, eternally restless and endlessly separated from his body, entrusted our heroes with a task no other could accomplish. Return his body from its extraplanar excursion so that he may finally join it and be at rest. A rest he could not secure, but desperately wanted for those dearest to him. Given the king's protection, Atreus led the group through the bowels of the Castle Castile, where they found the portal at the heart of the Dreadwood. Surrounded by the sarcophagi of the king and his family, the portal awaited them. Through it they went, finding the royal phantoms awaiting them. All but Kai, whose attention was drawn to the king's resting place on the material plane. They began destroying it, eventually discovering a scepter, the source of the dead king's undying power. The rest, meanwhile, turned their attentions towards their foes on the other side of the portal, finding that they could not simply return the dead king through the portal. They retreated, but not before taking severe damage for their efforts. After a speedy catnip-aided recovery, Mina and Atreus united, fulfilling the prophecy and destroying the dead king's scepter through a flurry of starlight and sunbeams. But the job was not yet done. Back through the portal they dashed with only seconds to accomplish the task at hand. With boundless resolve and solemn duty, they defeated the king corpse and his fallen family once more. Unsure whether even that dead corpse could be taken through the portal, and with no time to waste, Atreus grasped it in his arms and banished it, and himself, appearing on the other side of the portal where his wife and allies anxiously awaited. The dying convulsions of the menacing could be felt across the no longer Dreadwood, as phantoms and ghosts gained final solace, and the people were freed from the torments and terrors that inhabited the Dreadwood day and night. The destroyers of the Dreadwood took a deep breath, the final reprieve that they had finally earned.
So are we now the Fright of the Blight and the Destroyers of the Dreadwood?
I believe
Fright
that
of the
is
Blight and
the
Destroyer
obvious.
of the Dread.
Like
the Dread
it.
Destroyers.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of something that something of the fucking, because we didn't actually destroy the whole Dreadwood, but
we
you know
fucked up the
we fucked the fucking fuckers of the fucking.
I don't think we want to go into the fuckers of the fucking.
Akira
I
needs
do.
to retire before
Oh,
we get
please.
more
100%.
I want
Mina
names.
absolutely does want that title.
I want to walk into a room and they go, ah, yes, Atreus Brachium, Sword of Eucidian, Fright of the
Fucker
Blight.
of the fucking
Yes,
Fucker
and
of the
the short
fucking-
title is just,
Or-
oh, yes, look at these fuckers.
Look at these fuckers.
Exactly.
If we want to be known as a harem, we can. It's fine.
No, just a bunch of
Motherfuckers.
motherfuckers. What's a bunch of a-holes?
I think Mina would love to be known as an asshole.
And now
throughout
we're
all the
basically
lands.
all just getting drunk as we search the Castile until we decide what to do next, because we finished.
Where are we getting alcohol?
Mina's
Yeah,
bag.
Torkel, where are we getting alcohol?
Oh, Torkel.
Where
I
did
made some really
brewer.
good whiskey that's probably really, really good by now because it has been a while.
Where is it?
In my pack,
Oh, okay. Just checking. Where is it?
I also have a magically expansive space I can just put things.
That's true. All right. Fair. All right. Well, yeah, that's what's happening. Bust out the drinks. We're just walking through this castle, just like, hey ho, to the bottle I go.
And we're acquiring loot.
Oh boy.
Really, really fast before we get loot, Atreus is going to cast Sending to Hanael and let him know that, hey,
The
I fucked up the fucking. Nobody else has ever been able to do that. And no, please don't count 25 words right now. I did not prepare this. I'm just
Hey, fuck the fucking. Told you so.
I'm surprised too.
You just end on the middle finger and that's it.
Yeah, he's
I'm
counting with
surprised
the
too.
numbers and he's like, that tracks.
That makes sense. Yeah, because Hanael is not going to believe that. That, like, hey, guess what? The curse on the Dreadwood, I lifted it. Yeah,
it.
yeah. Obviously, I had help, so don't like be like too impressed or anything. But yeah, it's lifted.
It's only lifted because you had help.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Uh-huh.
Once again,
I can do
breaking the
nothing.
rules. No, breaking the rules.
Oh, yeah.
All of this.
Only possible
yeah.
because you
See,
changed
look,
the rules.
isn't it- aren't you glad?
Haha.
Aren't you glad we rewrote an entire
I
religious
am.
order? You're welcome. I sure am.
Reformation.
I have a hot wife. The Reformation is so good.
Welcome to the Church of Mina.
This is very much like the English Reformation because Atreus literally did it for love.
Church of Mina might be a little sacrilegious, but
Atreus is
It's
worshiping.
fine. You know, they have like a bunch of different
It's fine.
forms of Christianity that are named after
Healing
people
positions?
too, so it's fine. Gonna stop now.
Where's the
You are
hydrate?
correct.
People, this is where you need to stay hydrated.
I'm not wrong.
All right. DM calls it hydrate.
I feel like that's the DM's way of saying
Ooh, that's
you've
yummy.
gone off the rails and we're pulling you back.
Yeah, and I don't know how to redeem things.
And we're hydrating again.
I redeemed it for you.
Thank you.
And for those who don't know, hydrating means not hydrating because we all have alcohol.
No, we don't.
Okay, well, most of us do. Some of us are square.
I threw a little vodka into my mocktail and it's no longer a mocktail. So yeah.
All right. So down in the basement, this dungeon area, there's the two giant slabs of ancient stone. There are some crumbles of the stone. And there is the immovable rod that is currently up the torso of the long dead king's corpse.
Well, that all
No.
sounds great. It's a king popsicle.
I feel like this is a
there
job for Kai,
is there a,
but I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it. But it
Does
is.
anyone have prestidigitation?
I mean, I was going to say, is there like a general knowledge of how to unimmovable rod?
Did the king consent?
Or is there just like secret words for each one?
Safe word.
Given the whole menacing thing, no, he did not.
I think there's just a button on it, isn't there?
That is correct.
I will go fishing
yes.
around in the dead
So
king's torso.
who's going in the torso to press the button or find the button to begin with?
I will. You know Kai doesn't give a shit.
I have a mage hand.
This is why it's a
Wait, was that
you know,
real
okay.
inspiration? Am I adding that?
that is real inspiration. I couldn't speak enough to actually say it aloud.
Noise.
All right. I mean, you already chopped off his legs and head,
Mm-hmm.
so
Does he have any jewelry?
yeah, he does not.
Oh, come on. Could you let the
Can
guy
we go
rest?
search the rooms of the
don't
castle,
take-
not the corpse?
Yeah, let...
I want that
God,
immovable
there's
rod.
so
damn
much other
it.
shit. Do you want it at the cost of everyone else's dignity here?
Do we have dignity?
Maybe we should just
Yes.
give Kai and the king some privacy. We're just gonna.
Akira says gladly and walks out of the room.
Atreus follows Akir.
Torkel's
just
going to hang
let us
back because
know
let's not
when you're
split the
done.
party that hard.
With that. That's really okay.
Do I acquire myself an immovable rod, Robert?
I would like you to describe how you desecrate this corpse that has finally been put to rest
I mean, it's
after
already
800
in
years.
pieces. What does it matter?
This is
I
why
feel
you're
like our
evil.
audience-
This is why.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is why there is no burden for you to carry a bag full of soul coins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As Kai watches everyone else leave, they go over to it and they're like, maybe I at least won't like go through his ribs. And Kai just grabs the torso and yanks it off one end to get to the rod.
I will take a strength check for this.
Okay.
I also
Just
appreciate you
straight
reminding us, Rob, that Kai now has the soul coins because I had forgotten that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I hadn't forgotten
An
that they had gotten it,
18.
but I had forgotten like they have evil soul coins now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Without the ethereal enchantment in place, you are indeed able to rip the torso off of this immovable rod, and hovering in the air ever so slightly is a rod about that big.
I'm gonna take it. I can't
You
push the
can't.
button and take it?
You have to find the button.
Oh.
You find the button.
Do I perception to find it?
You
Okay.
find the button. If you just sit there feeling around this like goo, moist covered rod long enough, you'll eventually hit that good spot that releases.
Here would definitely have heard some form of squelching sound from the body being ripped off, so he's just gonna yell back, at
Yup.
least clean it.
I think Janine is having an issue.
Make sure you wash your toys.
And charge them.
And if
been
it
a
wasn't
while.
obvious
Good
already,
God.
this
Oh
is not a
my God.
family-friendly event.
Hey, Skyward's here.
Skag, I'm so sorry you paid for this.
Hey. Sorry. True. Hey, big anxious. Welcome.
Well,
to our
I guess we didn't
stream.
scare him off yet.
I'm so sorry. This is normally not my job.
It's usually her job.
So, were there any other rooms that we saw on the way down that we wanted to investigate? I know there was that one second floor on the way down that was like untouched for 800 years, so we definitely want to look there, but I wasn't sure if there were other rooms potentially too.
Yeah. Anything else happening in
Can
the
I
dungeon?
take a little piece of the special rock? The crack cocaine?
Sure.
Cool.
How big of a piece? There's literal pebbles to chunks the size of your iron stone to like a 4x4 slab.
I will take a chunk the size of my iron stone.
Okay.
Thanks for not going with the pebbled.
You're welcome. That came up in my book this afternoon, and I was not happy.
It came up in a book I just read too. Ah.
I'm
And
good to not
moving
know.
on.
I'm happy
Good
in
call.
my ignorance. Yep. All right. So you have those things, and you're at least one full flight of stairs behind the rest. Rolling up the first set of stairs, you get to that walled area where there was no passageway, but you know this is directly beneath the untouched area.
I would like to look for a secret door.
You may make an investigation check with Dusk
Yes,
helping.
dusk will help. by flying into different parts of the wall and scratching the surface of rocks.
What's fascinating is Dusk did not bump into an invisible force field on the way out.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of figured that the Hallow is gone.
Dusk,
Is the Hollow
Dusk and
gone?
Akira's investigation
I mean, that-
looks extremely hilarious and fervent and extremely unproductive with
Oh.
a 4 at advantage.
Akira grabs hold of Dusk and has the brilliant idea to use him as if he were a woodpecker, and holds him in a torpedo fashion and bangs his beak against the wall, to no avail
Are,
at all.
are you okay
I
there,
figured
buddy?
this is where a door could be, if there was one. A level here, that is.
What if we look a little bit to the left? And can I roll an investigation check?
I'll be doing the same
Absolutely.
thing.
Is a 15 better than a 4?
It is better
You know
than a
what?
4.
For fun, I'm going to put a guidance on that. God helps me get an 18.
Nice. What's Torkel doing
Mhm.
when all of this
When we all just
nonsense
start
is
like
happening?
touching the wall and being weird.
I'm taking a long drink of that whiskey. that honey
Valid.
and pepper and like spicy whiskey is real good. And smoky, yeah. I'm just
All right.
That
watching.
sounds lovely if I could taste it.
So Atreus pokes around, bangs around a little bit, and
He does that.
figures out that there's no secret door here. This has been walled up completely to prevent anyone from going beyond it.
Cool. This is a detour. Or a blockade.
Or a
Those are made
tomb.
to be
You'd have to
broken.
make a detour. Or a tomb.
I is not here.
No
Can I
metagaming.
insight check the wall?
Yes, you can
Oh.
insight check the wall.
Why the
Well, I
wall
mean,
is here.
is there anything that would give me any sort of clue as to
Would you like
know
to
why
intimidate
there's
it?
a
Last
wall
time
here?
someone intimidated
I-
an object, it worked.
It talked back.
It's
Yeah,
true.
let me see. Let me
Consider.
intimidate that. That is going to be, that's my +0, you know, because my charisma is so good. Yeah, but let me intimidate the wall for a nat 20.
Don't
How-
knock
how
until
are
you
you
tried
intimidating?
it.
How did
That's
you intimidate
literally what
the
happened
wall?
last
What
time, I think. Except for I think it was a nat
No,
1.
no, it was a nat one.
was a
yeah.
nat 1?
I glare at this and just go, why the fuck would somebody put you here? And hopefully that figures it out.
You feel Nightrender begin to hum a beautiful little song that
Mm.
generally she doesn't hum very often. But the last time you saw like a horde of undead nearby, like a bunch of skeletons, where you would just get to essentially dance your way through corpses. This is her dancing
That's-
song. This is
Oh,
her
s-
version of the Macarena.
Oh, that's so good. So my sword girlfriend is
sorry,
humming.
You're going to have to describe that a little bit
My
better.
Brenda. The sword, my sword is humming.
That's not better.
That's because it's
Mm.
charged.
What
It's
what
charged.
happened? Yeah, I charged it.
It charges on the flesh
I
of the
charged
dead.
it the other night. Yeah. I remembered to plug it in before we started playing with it. So, and now we're playing with it and it's vibrating aggressively. She has like 7 settings.
What are you
just
trying
kidding.
to
I'm sorry.
say?
So
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Would you like me to
There's-
take a nap and ask her, or do you know?
No, I like when you're awake for this. There's probably like skeletons or some shit
So
behind the wall.
Night Renderer would prefer that we tear down this wall and demolish the undead here.
It's very violent.
Perhaps we check the floor
I like
above
her
and
for
see
it.
if there's a way more safely to come
We
down.
can circle back to it.
Do I get the impression that that's what Night Render wants us to do?
I mean, you could. Kai can catch up and roll a history check at
Sure.
advantage, and anyone else is welcome to roll a history check.
No, why not? Sometimes these are entertaining history checks for me.
Atreus, you could roll a religion check to
Oh,
try and
My God.
understand your
That would
girlfriend
be a
better.
21 from me.
I'm not going to bother rolling a history check because I've already decided Akira knows nothing about this place because he's rolled like 2 nat 1s when trying to do history on the Castile. So,
If somebody wants to
Valid. Okay,
guidance me, I could get even higher.
Did you not prepare guidance
is that
today?
do you know?
Well,
what
I
that
didn't
is?
know
So-
I could redo my spell slots until 5 minutes before.
So Kai rolls up. I don't know what you have done with the rod or the pebble.
I think the pebble's in my pocket and the rod is just like sticking out of my shoulder.
Okay, nice.
be very specific when you say sticking
and-
out of your shoulder.
Like I stuck it to my shoulder.
That doesn't. No. It. When you click the button,
Why
it
you could
stays in
use
a
you just stick it?
space
It's
in time relative to the center of the
Oh,
relative to the plane you are
I thought
on.
it would like stick to
so
a
you
thing.
can't use it as a strap.
No.
Sticks to
No,
the
no, no.
plane.
I see. Then I just have it in my backpack.
Yep.
Oh, no movable strap on.
No.
I
Nobody.
Doesn't
enjoyed that
work.
in theory though.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Theoretical. Just
When Kai was here in a previous life, so we're talking before the menacing, probably. This was a battle fought and won that some terrible evil had invaded the Castile a few years before they came here. And whatever happened, they sealed it away in this level. You guys were following the ghost a little too quickly before to take the time and think about that. And also, I think Kai rolled a terrible check on the
I
way
think so.
down.
There's definitely something evil behind that. And it's been there since before the menacing, because that was the best way the then ruler of the not Dreadwood knew how to stop it.
great. When you say something evil, how evil? Like, and what is it specifically?
Evil. I don't know what it.
Oh, like you? I mean, sorry, just kidding. Like, on a scale of you to
I mean,
really
like,
bad.
I have a soul. I'm not sure that whatever was behind that did when it was alive.
Cool.
We just got out of a fight. Maybe we don't instigate one right away.
Are there
As
any
I
holes
said.
in it that, like, we could send a familiar in?
Perhaps we attempt to explore the second floor before we unearth the third.
Yeah, no, that's probably a good.
Make sure
idea.
we understand
Okay.
what we're dealing with, or any clues that may be up there if it has been abandoned as long as this has.
You know, make sure that we're really not bleeding. Because I assume you let us long rest for mechanics' sake, and we probably still have to plan a long rest. DM.
I don't
The
care.
ending of the menacing
You don't give
healed
a fuck.
everything in
Great.
the Dreadwood. Boom, done.
Exactly.
Canon.
Oh!
Like,
Perfect. Even better. Also,
Everyone
I'm
is
like, hey,
having
I don't have any
the
Just
best
blood.
everyone
day
feels
ever.
so good.
Are we such-
Yeah.
So
Everyone's seen the sunlight for the first time in their entire lifetime, kind of thing.
So as we're going through this castle, is there like any sign of life other than us? And is there any like
You are still
Does it
well
seem-
below ground.
we're still well below ground? Well, fuck. Can we please move along?
Let's move along. Up another flight of stairs you go. Clink, 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 clack, 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 clack. Up the stone staircase that spirals around. You get to the door that you found earlier that you checked out and found
Mhm.
a hallway, much like the first floor, but this one is untouched for a severely long time. No evidence of footprints, no evidence of passing. Nothing has been here except possibly phantoms.
Cool.
Well, then I say we go.
There are no lights.
But I'm not leading because that doesn't always go well.
I'll take the lead.
I lead.
But I'm going to
I'll-
keep my eyes
Oh,
open
I'll go lead.
because
That's
I've got
even
the
better.
highest perception.
There we go.
Keep those
Alright.
eyes open.
I want Mina to walk in
Actually,
front
you
of
know
me
what?
so I can
That
look to
sounds
the
great.
Dusk
This
lead
is-
the
this
way.
is a
Can
good-
Dusk
yep.
lead the way?
Oh. So it's Dusk, Torkel, Mina, Atreus.
Yes.
I'm gonna cast Shillelagh just to have it ready before we go in.
Where are we going? I'm sorry.
Torpal hears
No
a
idea.
voice in his head. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yep, I think.
There's sunlight out here. Where have you been?
Where have you been?
It's KB.
Oh. I was just thinking about
God?
calling you down to us. Oh, yeah. Everything's fine. You want to come and join us? It's just down the hallway and another hallway, and yeah.
Do you want me to leave the horses here? Like, there's people on the far shore trying to get across.
There's people on the
Are you good,
far
Torkel?
shore trying to get across.
They're trying to
I'm
loot
saying
the
this kind of
castle.
simultaneously in my head out loud. That there's people trying to get across to the
See-
castle. KV's with the horses. Does KV? Do we want KV? Should I guess KV should stay with the horses unless we no longer want the horses. But I think Mina's attached to the horses, so
I like
Okay,
the horses.
okay.
You know
Yeah,
your horse is
KV,
not here
you
and
stay
can't
with the
hear you,
horses,
right?
and
Keep
you
them.
absolutely fight everybody off if they come for those horses.
Okay, there's
Very-
a boat that looks like a duck.
There's a boat that looks like a duck. Well, that's unusual.
It's the pirates. It's the pirates.
Okay.
Duck boat.
So-
We had a whole conversation about the duck boat.
So
In
we
fact,
might
They're
want to.
putting their wagon
with the-
in the water.
They're putting the wagon in
We
the
might want to
water.
get out of here. and-
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to choose between loot and our horses' safety, probably.
I mean, let's go after the
Let's head
horses.
for the-
Okay, but Atreus, this is the time that we should decide whether we want people to recognize us or whether we want to try and make a surreptitious getaway.
Somebody join the Discord.
Hey!
I believe that is
Aye.
vaguely anxious based on the chat.
Hey, Rose.
It's Rose.
Sorry,
Maybe.
I'm not watching.
I'm
the chat.
connecting because
Uh,
there's two people
um,
who came from TikTok, and their TikTok names are different than
Ah.
their Twitch names. But I think they're.
It's not. Their TikTok names are the
Oh,
same.
they are. Okay.
I just
The
was
TikToks are
not
the
good at
same.
connecting names to the picture in the icons,
Ah.
and I dislike the fact that Twitch doesn't give you a little picture in the icon.
That's okay.
So then you have
That's
to
okay.
remember.
Vaguely anxious. We're
But
happy
if you
you're
have
there.
joined, if you joined the Discord, make sure you go to the welcome channel, react to the emojis, and then you'll have access to the whole thing.
As to your point, Torkel, I don't. Okay, I don't think it entirely matters. I think we can be ourselves, which just sucks. But the good thing about being ourselves is that then if we come back, because we get the scepter from my father, we're not going to be like, "Hey, what are those guys doing back here?" It's like we can tell them that we're trying to fix the repercussions of the fucking.
That seems entirely reasonable to me.
Given our previous
Plus,
encounter with this
who's-
group, I doubt it will matter whether you are Lord Barakian or some random elf. I think they may try to kill us either way.
No, yeah, and if they try to kill us, we try to kill them right back. Hey, what?
Well, perhaps more specifically, they'll try to extort money out of us, and if we don't give up money, then they would try to kill us. So,
Yeah, let them try. They're obviously coming to loot the castle. We might as well get to it first.
well, either loot the castle or take it as their new headquarters. It's likely better defensible than any other place in the
I mean,
Dreadwood.
So
So are we going back to the horses, or are we looting the castle?
Let's work our way there.
Yes.
If you see something shiny on our way there, just
Fine.
Okay.
I will keep my eye out for shiny things as we're walking at a brisk pace back to the entrance.
Can I
Taking a step back from the hallway.
send Fairy down the hallway? Cool.
Absolutely.
Dusk will go with Fairy.
All right. Join us in the Discord if you would like to see the off-camera delights of the familiars hanging out together in an old haunted castle. Yeah, because that's going to take a little bit, I get a feeling. And that will exclude the entire party for quite a while. So we'll handle that in the Discord. But for all intensive purposes, the next half hour of game time, neither one of you will have your familiars unless you summon them. Moving up the stairs quite quickly, you find the initial entry hallway where you have the long, giant tapestries of the kings of past, the families. You do take note now that you've seen the scepter, that each of the kings in this lineage has this scepter of the king, of the Dreadwood. And it all looks very similar to what was the phylactery used to sustain the king's corpse. Yep.
So wait, I'm confused then about the scepter because
Real scepter and fake scepter.
real scepter and fake scepter.
Real scepter, Daddy has.
Okay,
Fake,
please don't say that.
fake scepter, Kai has.
I mean, I just have the rod.
Right.
Exactly.
So Kai's holding one rod, my dad's holding the other.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Double fist.
And we know that Atreus will not be spoiled. I'm glad somebody got that.
My God, we are just towing some lines tonight.
I don't think we're towing lines. We're beating them with a rod.
We're just welcome to Rules of Redemption.
We're beating off some lines.
It's a healing
Listen,
process.
it's not
really.
parenting advice to live
It
by,
is.
but damn if it's not the first thing that came to mind.
This is good. This is
I
great.
guess this is what happens when the party
Cool,
is
cool,
not
cool, cool.
under severe tension of impending doom.
Yeah, we can actually have fun.
It's been a while.
So then we're looking. So, but they're identical then. These rods.
It was pretty close.
Cool. Great. Okay. Cool. Question about locate object.
Mhm.
No, wait. It doesn't really matter because
He's
It doesn't-
not on this
because
plane.
1, Peter is shaking his head. 2, he's not on this plane, and 3, he said he was going to talk to me soon. So
Yeah. All those things.
calling my dad later. All those things. It's fine. I'm shutting up now.
The doors to the throne room and the giant congregating room where the tables of skeletons still sit is wide open. On the throne of gold, there is nothing. Since, he got sucked back into his body and put to rest. The throne of silver and the throne of copper are also still empty. And you do notice that candlesticks are made of silver, and the plates and silverware are made of silver. So
We're
if
doing
you
a big
really
sweep
want
into
to,
the purse.
Are there
yeah,
gems?
you can bring a couple skeleton skulls, some lost finger
leave-
bones
No.
as you just
No,
sweep and scoop.
leave the bones.
Um,
Mina is sweeping, and Atreus is just like
Should
picking
we
out
do
bones and
something
watching
with
it.
these
Stop.
bones?
No,
Though? Like, not right
gross.
now. We need to get to the horses, but is there a
Not right now.
proper
Not
way
right
to
now.
handle these?
You go sorrows,
Please,
prayers. And you
You-
move
Sorrows, prayers. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm gonna just really fast and make you sit here and rest your spirit.
He's like
Make you sit
working,
here
trying to
and rest
work
your
really fast.
spirit.
Eusidium has rested their spirits. That's literally what you
Yeah,
just did.
I know, but it's ritualistic. It's ritualistic.
No
you sit here and
spells,
rest
just,
you. Yeah, you see.
Processing things.
I-R-Y, thoughts and prayers.
He's like trying to move faster
sorrows,
than Mina
prayers.
is like grabbing.
Mina, that's a vertebrae.
It was on the plate.
It's gross.
The plate is sellable. We don't have a salary.
Are there any jewels?
Where?
On the throne. Does anybody have a necklace that is
Give me an invest. No one. It looks like over time, people kind of picked clean the corpses. It would have been a great challenge to do so, because they were always awake. But over 800 years, most of these corpses have been looted. With a 16, you find that the king has a small stockpile of pouches tucked away beside his throne, between his and the silver
Can
throne.
I take that?
If you remember, you certainly can. If you recall your conversation, he reached down beside with his spirit hand and brought up the pouch of soul coins. So in that same general area are his money bags.
I will happily take his money bags.
Anyone else doing anything else interesting in the courtroom? In there?
No.
No?
Akira's interested in getting out to a place where he can start trying to observe how close the oncoming group is.
One thing his passive perception does reveal is as a cloud passes along, the room lights up. Even though it is still 2-3 floors away from the top, there are windows and mirrors throughout this throne room that send radiant light all over. And, there's just different things that sparkle and shimmer and shine all throughout the room. And it hasn't done so in hundreds of years.
It's actually almost
This was probably
Pretty.
really beautiful.
So pretty, stunning even.
So, hey, Mina, wanna be queen of this castle? Cause that might happen.
Queen of the castle.
She's like adjusts her little crown. I can get behind that.
I guess we have to go get the scepter from
Akira will
my
look around and be like,
dad.
seems like a nice
And-
enough place to retire.
There's even a roost
my
on the
God.
roof.
Honey,
I mean, there's a
rooms.
roost on the roof. There's tons of trees. It's a dreadwood. There's so many trees.
It's an upgrade from our tower, guys. I think this is our
You
retirement.
could put the tower.
This is our retirement
here.
plan, right here.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
guys.
castle.
I want to
Yep. Right. So,
Huh. Well, I
before we get carried
guess-
away, I think we have guests to our new home.
Oh. Yeah. Well, we're not gonna call it new home yet because that's like putting the cart way before
Yeah,
the
we have
horse,
to-
and
We have to
Allah's
clear
not
out
that
the dining,
fast.
remove all the skeletons. And the basement.
Find my father.
Oh yes.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about
Sorry, I got-
redecorating. Mina.
Vision board.
I was kind of saying, how do you feel about being queen of the castle in like a future, like, hey, this might take like the next 10 years of our lives.
I certainly
time.
don't
So
hope
much
it
time.
takes 10 years.
I'd like let's be ambitious and narrow it to 5. I believe in us.
Oh, I believe in us, but not our productivity. Listen, I've been alive for a very, very long time, and I still haven't found my father.
But
I
closer
haven't
than you've
But
ever been.
you've done quite a few things to draw his attention.
Sorry, I'm in a.
Were you looking though? Were you looking?
That's a fair point.
There's
I
a big
would not
difference.
even know where
There's a
to
big difference
look.
between not finding your father and not even knowing who he is.
I never met my father.
You know what? I feel like we're gonna have to go back to your home eventually and ask your mom
It's my lady.
who your father is, because I feel like she should probably know,
Unless she
and
was
she didn't want to. Yeah, I'm not saying your mom's a hoe, but I mean,
insane. She's a gold digger.
but the thing is, you know, I feel like that might be something that she would feel you're old enough to know now. Oh my god, I'm married to like, you're so much younger than me. Sometimes I think about that. It gives me a little bit of a migraine. I'm like 150 and you're 26. Fuck.
I'm sure my birthday's coming up at some point.
I'm sure. I don't remember my birthday. That's fine.
We haven't celebrated a birthday on here.
No.
Whiskey still says, I am your father.
No! It's impossible!
How do you know?
It's entirely possible that Atreus has met Mina's father.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
in-
Oh my god.
It's entirely possible that Atreus has killed Mina's
Oh,
father.
shit.
I can only imagine the
would feel
drama
really
that would
bad
ensue
about
if that was discovered.
You killed my father? That's fine.
My name
I
is
didn't
Mina
know he was
Finray.
your
You killed my
father!
father. Prepare to die.
Also, at the time, you were an infant.
So you
What am I
orphaned a
supposed to do?
child
Andy.
How was I
and killed her
supposed to know?
father?
You
I'm
Don't orphan
meet
me.
a necromancer, you do what you do.
Don't orphan me. Don't hurt my mom. Just the only good thing in the world.
yeah, I know.
Anyway,
Wow.
sorry.
No.
That was quite a tangent. So what's up with these duck boat guys?
Duck boat.
Uh, how many hydrates have we had?
Only
Technically,
only
0
one.
from
Not
the
enough.
audience.
Like
I
We
no.
only
have
self-induced
been
to
sleep
hydrate.
enough hours, okay?
Okay. About the time you all get out there, the duck boat is halfway across. Akir, I'm not even going to make you roll for this. They have a fishing net behind them.
They have a
Dredging the moat.
like they're pulling the net through the moat.
Yeah.
Can I tell from here? Do they look like the same people, or would I need to get a little closer?
You can see at least one or two familiar faces. It looks like they're definitely more than the 2-3 guys that you saw earlier.
How many bodies are in the moat?
Enough that you could basically walk on them.
It was
a
pretty close.
shitload.
They far enough that they were separated and not touching, close enough that you could hop and use them as stones.
I'm trying to figure out if they're trying to clean it up or doing something very concerning.
I mean, I would assume they're looting, and secondly, I would think that maybe there's a necromancer involved.
Akir's
Exactly.
gonna fly out and keep a safe distance of maybe 100 feet, and he's just gonna call out to them. Fine morning. What could I ask are you doing here?
2 crossbows and a ballista.
I take the dodge action.
They did not have the ballista last time. At least not up and running. We're fishing. Our lake.
Whose lake?
Ours. We live here.
I believe this lake belongs to the Castile, of which you have no ownership.
No, it's part of the Dreadwood. We live in the forest here, and
I suppose that means I could go to your home
know-
and stay there if I also reside in the Dreadwood then?
sure,
British Army.
we let anyone come through our town. The more the merrier. Very friendly.
Have you noticed a change in the woods?
Change? No changes here.
Can I insight? Can I
Same
insight
old,
that?
same old.
Okay, cool.
Oh, he's lying. You don't. There's no roll here. I mean, you could nat one and know this dude is lying. My children would know this guy is lying.
Can I just try to intimidate him again so he turns around? I mean, not that that's going to roll that high ever again.
I mean,
just
I'll
contemplate
just
walls.
intimidate him because I
but-
have actual skill in intimidation.
Yeah, that's fine. Fuck
Akira's
you.
just going to give him a
And
very
Haven's-
serious tone and say, I suggest you turn back to the shore.
Yeah, we don't listen to you.
That was not a request. Should I roll?
Yeah, you're gonna need to roll because they're not gonna innately
That's
listen
fine.
to you.
How's a 21?
They're gonna listen to you. These
I would like to slowly come outside and see this whole thing unfold.
Akira's just like hovering
you
above
see the
the
ballista
boat with like
just kind of like go limp a little bit, and then Akira can see the guy mounted on the ballista watch Mina come out of the Castile in her shining radiance, picks up that Atreus is over there, and just all these things together. Well, I think we caught enough for today. We're gonna go back home, and maybe tomorrow will be a better fishing day for us. And did the king give y'all permission to just hang out in his?
yes, we
Castile?
have the king's blessing to be here.
I am the king. Just kidding.
Wait, what did the dead one say?
I'm not dead.
Yep.
I'm mostly dead. I'm not actually dead. I didn't say
I
anything.
didn't say anything. Oh, me? What?
Meanwhile, Caven's gonna fly a nice wide circle before landing down next to us.
And Mina's gonna add to the intimidation factor by running her hand over her fireball necklace.
Yeah, he's way too far to see that. It just kind of looks like you're slitting.
Which is
his
fine.
throat.
Yeah, that
Let
works to the same effect.
Um,
Akira will say, if you do return tomorrow, then perhaps we will discuss your use of this lake and its inhabitants.
Yeah, sure, okay. Bye now. And you see that it starts like this little paddle wheel starts turning, and you can see inside are like 4 halflings, and they're just pedaling away really, really fast. And the duck boat wagon starts turning, and
Can I tell
Heading
what's in
back
the
to
net?
shore.
Are they collecting bodies?
oh yeah, they're collecting bodies.
You hate to see that.
Akira really hates to see that. And he's very torn.
Maybe they're making bone broth.
That's not better.
Trade you your bones.
That's worse. That's definitely worse.
That's up there in the list of bad things they
It's
could
like
be doing with
less-
corpses. It's not the top
Yeah,
of the list, but it's up
probably.
there.
Oh, I want
I mean,
to know what the top of the
necromancy
list
is generally
for
one of
you.
the
No,
top
you don't.
things. So
I
mean, I'm putting
good. That's what I was
cannibalism
thinking
below
was the top
necromancy.
worst.
So
It's true, but
yeah.
there's still
It's
a
fair.
couple other necro options in there. So
You don't get the necro STDs
Right.
from doing that, though.
Excuse
no,
Like,
no.
yeah, no.
science.
Go to sleep in the damn chair.
Akira's really tempted to bust their net, but he's gonna fly back to his group.
And after a couple of minutes, you all watch their wagon hit the shoreline, and two people pull a pair of oxen out from the woods and hitch it up. And they drag this net of about 15 corpses up onto the land.
That's so gross.
Also, I
Why?
appreciate the clearing of this
uh,
body of
Aki-
water. I don't know what they want to do with the bodies that were in the
Akira's
water.
gonna ask Atreus, does your god have any rules about this? I'm disturbed, but I also don't want to start a war when we've just ended the menacing.
So yes, but it really depends because Eucidium doesn't want the bodies to be used for, like bring them back as something evil. So these bodies are just dead bodies at this point. If they were, because the fucking's done. So unless they have a necromancer. I mean, they're pretty much just doing what Mina was doing when she was sweeping all these bones into her
Except
bag of
Mina
fucking
doesn't
holding.
intend to
was
use
the
them for
place.
anything. I highly doubt they have the same
The
intent.
bones were in the way. I wasn't
All
collecting
right, would you
them.
do what?
Perhaps.
Well, they might just be trying
Perhaps
to
we
loot
should
corpses.
determine
is what
what,
Or
their
Maybe they're
intent is.
trying
So,
to
like-
bury them. I don't know.
Or maybe. So here's the thing. If you're gonna pick your battle, you gotta be, consistent with it. So if we're going to punish them for looting corpses, we should probably remount Kai as well.
Take it.
I do frequently.
Kai, what you did with that rod was weird.
Definitely reamed the
Which
king on that, didn't I?
Oh, this is weird. It made me uncomfortable when I had to leave. Okay.
Great. So do you want to? We can. I mean, we're not gonna stay at this fucking castle anyway. We can
Well,
follow them if you really want to. and
we've
figure
scared
out
them
what to do
off.
with
We
the
can
fucking
go-
corpses.
Check to see if the second floor had anything useful, potentially deal with the third, and then decide what to do. But I don't like the idea of
I
them
don't.
just continuing to make use of all of these.
I just feel like every time we
Insight
solve a
check
problem,
then?
when we go to leave, there's always more problems.
There's always follow-up problems, but
Once again, as I said in the Discord, you removed the monarch
Yeah.
who has no heir with
Yeah.
zero plan for his kingdom now that it is free of
That
any
sounds like
his
leadership.
problem.
No, but what we
Well,
would
he's
have done
dead.
is we should have gotten him to somehow name one of us heir.
Trace is already
Atreus
pseudo
is
heir.
the
Well-
heir.
But he's not.
I'm the heir.
Because there's no proof of that.
Traxxas has the scepter, so we
Droid is the scepter
Also-
head.
is there ever?
call.
Yeah, here's the thing. Unless you
We
take
call Atraxes and tell him that pirates are coming for his little castle. Force him to come and deal with the pirates, and then we deal with Atraxes.
That's not a bad idea.
Don't want to do that? I can call. That's a good idea. But also, I mean, unless you get a paternity test, there's really no proof that anyone's an heir. So, I think at this point,
How?
is that how you do it? You just say like, "I'm heir of this place." Can I say that I am the heir of this place
They're-
without causing
they're kinda
war?
Well,
Okay.
and
then
also,
great.
like,
It
if you're
doesn't
gonna-
matter.
I would like KV
If
to
you're
make
gonna
me a
say
perception
something,
check
say like
as-
this is now your castle. You're in charge. Don't even bring Atraxes into this, because we're gonna get rid of him before anyone knows about him anyway.
No.
It's my house.
Or do you want to make a perception check?
KV as they did a little flight around.
All right.
Or what we tell
So,
people is Atraxes
perception.
is dead, because then we're hurting Atraxes' honor, and he'll have to come back to tell
And
people
It's
he's
not
not
actually
dead.
a lie.
Is dead, right?
Not
He
alive.
is.
He's a vampire. He's undead.
We just tell people
not
Atraxes
alive.
is dead,
So that's going
and
to
therefore
be-
Atraxes is king, because a dead person can't be king.
Ooh,
But a mostly dead
That-
can.
Perfect.
Not dead.
So that's going to be a 19 with KV's wisdom modifier.
Nice.
I also heard the thing that was wrong about that because the king was literally just dead, but still king.
But was he really the king if he couldn't even leave? I mean,
I mean, his body was still alive.
He successfully ruled the kingdom for 800 years
What?
while
Yeah.
dead.
dead or the ghost did?
Look, there's a reason we needed to get an invitation to come in.
It's also true. So KV did that once about while Akira was talking, and one thing KV noticed is that there are definitely people in the woods.
Wow, shocking.
Looking at the Castile.
It's going to get real crowded real fast, y'all.
Oh, why is it so pretty?
If we're going to make claim to this castle, we ought to do it sooner rather than later. We will assuredly have an audience.
Perhaps now is the best time then.
Atreus,
now that
if you want to take claim, you can ride Caven. That'll make a statement.
we've ended the menacing.
I don't want to ride Caven, but I think.
or you can ride a
offer,
little tiny
uh,
horse. That's fine too.
Aloe's not tiny. Aloe's a good
I didn't
horse.
say he's a bad horse.
He made like he gets the job done. Okay, you know it's not the size of the horse. It's how you ride it.
Is he an immigrant that he gets
Wow,
the job
literally,
done?
literally, my horse is bigger than your horse conversation. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, Mina's horse is a war horse, so not only is he bigger, he's also trained.
I ain't saying none. None. Not contributing to this conversation because I know what the facts are.
It speaks for itself.
If
uh,
there is something terribly undead in the castle or evil, do we need to handle that before the masses let it out?
Or perhaps use it to prevent them from coming in.
I don't wanna.
Warn them off.
okay,
with it.
so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to say that this is my castle now, and I claim it as my right by oath and by conquest because my father has a scepter. So
I thought you couldn't own things.
and he's like sweating bullets as he does this. Like this is
Perhaps-
a terrifying
Perhaps
prospect for him.
Atreus.
No,
Let me offer
I
an
can't
alternative.
own things.
What if
but
we have our bard
what?
make the announcement on your behalf? It'll seem more regal that way.
Oh my god. Also, then I'm not actually making it, so I can still talk to Haniel if this is even legal and possible
Ooh.
for me to do without getting smited
And also
by
more
Michael.
convincing. But yes, those
In
things
your
too.
statement.
Also more convincing. Yeah, talk will take it away.
All right. So I'm gonna hop up on KV. I'm gonna fly across.
You
the-
see about 3 wagons, not the duck wagon, kind of coming along Jester's Highway. 2 from the south, which is where you all came from, and 1 from the north, where you have not been.
All right. With the blessing of the king, Lord Atreus Barakian makes claim of Castle Castile, and herefore out shall be Lord of the Castle Castile,
Me too.
reigning hand in hand with Mina by his side.
Get it right. Or don't do it at all.
I would probably workshop this for like 13 seconds with the group. So yeah, let's go with that.
Those of you who look on and kind of look around, again, it's a really far distance. It was a long time of water walking for you to get across the moat lake here. But there are murmurs in the crowd. There's little pockets of people all around in this forest, and no one seems to be objecting.
No
I
one's
think that's the
lifting their
most frightening
pitchforks.
thing we've dealt with the whole time.
There are no obvious pitchforks.
Nobody objects to me ruling, and that's terrifying. This land is still cursed.
I think they're more
It's still
curious
cursed,
about what
clearly.
you'll
They
actually
don't-
do or be possible for you to do, given that there is no infrastructure here anymore. They were all ghosts.
Yeah, fucking same.
And also, we're going to
Fucking
leave like
same.
tomorrow.
I'm very curious about what I'm about to do
You
as
need to find
well.
ambassadors so fast.
What the fuck? What the fuck? No. Okay. No, we're not setting up a government yet. Oh my god, I don't know how to set
Well,
up a
you've
government.
got your wife as your queen. You've got Torkel as your royal announcer, and you've got Akira and I as
To
your
be
royal guards.
fair, I do have a little experience in this, just slightly.
As do I.
Yeah.
Akir has experience
don't-
defending
Okay,
a
I trust one of you.
Trust
province,
one of you.
so
You just need a ambassador or steward, as it might be.
Can we hire the mayor? We gave him porn. He has to like us.
technically, our sea ghost.
I was thinking the same
Technically,
thing.
our sea ghost crew actually has someone of noble birth, Sir Tanab.
What?
So
Where are they though?
nobody knows.
Have we met?
They're
So far
they're
away.
in.
They're at my
They're
house.
so far away. They're breaking down Mina's mom's door.
Oh fuck! I really need to check that channel.
Yeah. We'll figure this
We can
out.
talk-
I'm figuring it
yeah, we
out.
can talk to the mayor and like that guy.
How
who
many
was,
cities are between the
crashes.
Dreadwood and Saltmarsh? None
Um,
directly
Depends how
necessarily.
you want to travel.
Because wasn't the alchemist's house right
Pretty
next to the
close, I
wood?
think.
This is a giant
But like, there's a
That is the
connection
best
point
way
in
I
which
can describe it.
Saltmarsh could absorb the Dreadwood without necessarily cutting off any other territories.
Yes, absolutely.
So another way we could play this
You
is
would
saying that
Okay, we will.
as two council members of Saltmarsh are here, Saltmarsh is claiming the Dreadwood.
We are going to table this conversation because that's going to lead to a whole can of worms that opens up when we have to deal with a whole can of worms. So we're just going to say that I am Lord here for now. Possibly less temporarily so, but
Perhaps
temporarily
spend the
right
night
now.
to be
and,
convincing and then
um,
be on our way.
Sure. Yeah, let's spend the night in the castle. Where's the master bedroom? That's where I will go there.
You just can't say the word master.
I heard the same thing.
Yep.
Ah, yes, bait.
And, one of the carriages that has parked opens up, and this is just one of those very fancy, fully wooden carriages. Two horses, very regal in nature. Actually, kind of familiar to most of you are pulling this carriage, and a young half-orc is the one who opens the carriage door and very slowly, very carefully, and with a lot of jingling, steps out the mayor with a big old smile on his face.
I know that sound. Hey, buddy.
Someone to justify our claims. Perfect. Or perhaps hold our...
He
place.
waves at you all from, 3 football fields away.
Torkel, would you like to join me and go converse with the mayor?
Give the mayor a lift.
None of you heard the
You can
jingling.
you can give the mayor a lift.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back. We're just going to go see where the mayor stands with all of this.
I don't have my nose or lip rings readily available. I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
All right.
I can find
The
something.
way you
I can-
desecrated those nose
no.
rings.
No. No, babe.
child?
No.
No?
Oh, stop.
All right.
That's fine. There are so many things you do that are just so hot, and then there's that.
All right,
And
wear our children's bracelet as jewelry.
as a nose ring. Yeah.
Well, Master Akir, it looks like you were successful.
Indeed we were. We also found out that, as it happens to be, Atreus is actually heir to the throne here.
Well, obviously. I mean, his father before him is the greatest of the leaders, at least in territory, so it would only make sense.
Would you then also support our claim to this castle in his absence and undeadness?
I don't think the undead part really matters to people here. Just
It's about to.
being frank,
Have you
not
heard
my
about our
name.
Lord
You're
and
not
Savior
here, Atreus.
Eusidium?
I see Atreus' mouth moving over there.
I'm not here. Whatever.
If you're gonna be frank, can I still be Janine?
Thank you. But, I'm sure most of us would accept him, at least reigning in his father's stead.
We may be in need of a steward.
That would be me.
Okay.
And one of a pirate jumps out of the woods, and he has this big hat, a bandana beneath. I've been taking care of these woods and that lake for nigh on 5 years.
Taken care of in what way? Is he one of the pirates we saw on the boat?
You have
Okay.
not seen this guy, but you could, based on his garb, assume he is probably
Okay.
one of them.
Because we recently saw
kind of have this
quite a
terrible
bit of
aesthetic.
salvaging happening of corpses that I doubt were for burial purposes.
Then you mistake us, sir.
If you mistake
Bird?
my intelligence, it will be the last mistake you make.
I don't know who you think we are. We are the protectors.
Look, this is not a debate. Atreus is going to install who he wants as steward here. And it is not going to be you.
Why not? What does that old fool have that I do
Experience
not?
leading
I
people.
have an army.
And the grace to do the right thing.
I know this. I do many
By
right
who?
things.
Yourself?
By my people. I take care
And
of
what
them.
exactly does the salvaging of corpses from this lake provide your people?
Well, before, when everything was normal, it provided them protection. There was never an attack at night. There was an army of ghosts that kept our enemies at bay. There was no theft.
And now,
Okay.
And now we're just burying them to honor them.
burying them. Where precisely?
In the woods.
Insight.
Go for it.
Because I still don't trust that he's actually burying them. 17?
Are we all there?
No, it's just Torkel and I.
Nope.
12 on Torkel's part.
Torkel's not totally sure.
What does Katie think?
Akir, he's burying the bodies. There might be more to it, but he's burying the bodies.
Mr. Mayor, do you have any experience with this man?
Yes. The Pirate King? He's not really a king. More like the pirate, pirate.
The pirate.
So you've heard of him, but not much
He's a pirate.
exposure.
He's the worst pirate I've ever heard of. Yes, but you have heard of me.
Since his arrival on scene, our lives have been complicated by the dead cleric. The matters here were not really very important. Rumors had it he did use ghosts to protect his territory, though.
And extort any travelers who wanted to go by.
I mean, we provide safety in Star Crown. Is there really a difference? Come to us and stay in our lantern light, and you are safe.
Is better than extorting people.
It is. He's a crook and a pirate, but I tried, you know. Tension matters.
Let me ask you this, self-proclaimed.
And you see the pirate over here just.
Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
self-proclaimed pirate king. Would you bend to the will of the king of this region? As a city-state,
If he was a real king. I could be persuaded.
persuaded?
Good king. A righteous king. A fair king. Who took care of his people.
Have you ever heard of the
You missed the eyebrows.
Brotherhood?
Do you want me to redo the eyebrows?
I caught the eyebrows.
Thank you.
I shall have to converse with the Lord Barakian, but we will keep you in mind should the position need filling.
Look, I'm just saying, if there's an opening, it'll either be given or it'll be taken, so.
Well, I suggest you be quite careful who you attempt to take from when it comes to this castle.
He takes a step back. He knows when to watch.
Mr. Mayor, you traveled all this way. Is there something you need of us?
Oh, no, I just assumed that when the ghosts stopped murdering people, you must have succeeded. So I came to see if it was true. If indeed the Castile had been saved. If all of you had made it safely.
Indeed, we did. It was an interesting struggle, but one we overcame.
And the king is at
peace.
rest.
And happy to be so.
He's at pieces too.
We're not going to mention that part. We're going to stick with the word peace.
And,
All right, Kat, you get inspiration.
and we appreciate your
was
assistance
Erd.
in helping us to secure an audience with the king. It did not go unnoticed.
Oh, I was obviously worth every bit of that book.
Mhm.
I forgot we traded the ledger for a book.
Yeah, we gave him the porn.
Do you have?
And he's happier for it.
You know, if everyone needs a little smut
Absolutely.
in their life.
Do you
it
want your
makes us
lantern
better.
back?
No. Would I have to give the book back?
No, I think
You
it
know,
is
we'll
quite
talk
all
about
right
it
for
later.
you to hold on to that. I am curious, though.
How
I
sticky is the
I
book
assume
now?
there was a bridge.
The book was well loved beforehand, so it's fine.
It was. We have no right there.
Akira's going to ask the mayor about about a potential bridge. I assume there was a bridge here at one point. Would you happen to know?
Yes. It was a bridge. It was one of the things that was destroyed in the menacing. I'm a little concerned it did not reappear. It makes me wonder how many things will not come back and were left forever in the plane of the ghosts, in the realm of the ghosts.
Mr. Mayor, are you
Kai's not
familiar
here.
with?
You're not here.
Damn it! You should ask him about. You should ask him about the
It's so metagaming.
evil thing that's blocked up
No,
in the
that's a
castle.
that's a fair question. That would be on Akira's mind. We did find under the castle a walled off section that we believe may have a very evil.
Don't go there.
Why?
Oh, there's bad
Do you know
things
what?
in there. No. My grandfather helped to fight them, and then they walled it up when they were beaten back. They had to use magic to create the wall.
And you feel safe that the wall will, I suppose it has held for 800 years, at least.
Anymore, it was before
Ah.
I was born, and I'm 1,000 and something.
I see.
And he starts to count the rings that
Trying to
Are-
remind himself.
all over his body, as if trying. You see, they're kind of grouped in tens as he's counting decades. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Sometimes I try to remember.
That's quite alright. I will not have that luxury.
Do not worry. If you consider it a luxury.
I thank you for your time. I do not believe I had any other questions for you, but I appreciate your vigilance in ensuring we made it all safely.
Well, it's going to be the first time in forever that tonight I will watch the moon rise and the stars shine and not fear for my life. So, to this, you all have my gratitude. And yes, if you have the support of Starcrown and the region around it.
We thank you for that. 'Tis most kind.
And we assure we will be in touch when the time is right.
I'd rather think a walk home would be in order tonight.
What's the weather like?
It's
Nice.
beautiful. It's only mid-afternoon, so there's still a long ways until the sun sets. You guys did a great job with that and being timely in all of this.
Enjoy your walk, Mr. Mayor. We appreciate your time.
Does he have guards with him?
He has the half-orc. That's the stable boy, and you can definitely see there's at least someone in the carriage as well, but you're not quite sure.
Would you prefer to stay the night here? I wonder. I just worry about
Oh no.
the trek back. It may be safe from ghosts, but Akir gives a meaningful glance at the pirate. There are still other dangers in these woods.
Any other dangers would know better. I can fend for myself.
Very well. I thought I might offer anyway.
I appreciate it. You're very considerate. Has the Star Crown been well used?
Oh, quite. It was instrumental in success.
Indeed.
Good, good. My dear old friend would have been very proud to know.
Very well. I will not keep you then.
Farewell. And if you have need, please send for me, or to me, as they say.
We will make sure to do that. Thank you.
And he turns around, and you see from inside a gauntlet-covered hand reach out and pass him a cane. And he starts strolling southward down the lane. As the door closes, the half-orc hops back up, and the carriage is pulled around, and very, very slowly follows him back to Starcrown.
That's a really long walk. Wasn't that like a 6-hour trek when we were on horseback?
Yep. Will probably show up sometime in the early morning.
I guess
Or
when you've
get
been
old and
cooped up
tired
for
and
like
hop in the
50
carriage.
years,
Yeah.
then a stroll through moonlight just sounds nice.
I guess it
dancing
really
in the
right.
moonlight,
booked
like I
it
dropped
here.
in the chat.
Yeah.
I guess they really booked it here as soon as the menacing lifted.
Oh yeah.
All right. Back we go.
Yep. Going back to the group.
All right.
The mayor
Yep.
sends his appreciation.
Super. Is he keeping the book?
He is, yes, but we may keep the lantern, whatever constellation that
Alright.
is.
It's not, but that's fine.
It does
There's
seem,
always
though,
other
that
books.
our political struggles have already begun. The mayor will support your
Cool.
claim. However, the so-called Pirate King, which I believe is affiliated with our dear friends with the net earlier, also would like to be your steward. Akir will use air
Ha.
quotes for that.
Oh, don't like
no,
that
nor
very
do
much.
I. I believe he does believe he means well, but his methods are
I
very much
sure
in question.
does. Yeah. So do we have to depose him as steward, or can we just like say somebody else is steward? I really
You
don't know
are-
how to do
you
this.
are
I'm so
the
sorry.
king
I have
now.
done nothing.
You can install.
I am the.
You can install whoever you would like as steward. It occurs to me that maintaining a castle is probably considerable financial upkeep. There was at one point a bridge here. Out, it's not going to be cheap to pay
I
artisan another one. That's a real money pit,
And the other concern is if we were to.
Or people might call it a retirement plan.
The only
retirement
concern
plan.
is if we were to put someone else in charge of this place. I feel the Pirate King would still attempt to claim it.
I'm going back to my plan.
yeah. What
We
was your
call your
plan?
dad, tell him to deal with the pirates for us, and then we deal with your dad.
I'm not going to call my dad and have him fight my battles for me. I can fight
He
my own
is the
battles.
Battle might as well use an enemy. to
There will
defend.
always be
no.
another
We're
laying claim.
Harder, not harder.
He's technically actually the one whose problem this is. So
So
Okay.
there is another.
I don't even know
option.
if Eucidium will let me
Rob,
do
I'm trying to remember the
this.
name of my connection.
Why we make him fight the battle? Gives us time.
I could do
Did
that
I pin
too.
it?
Does Nightrender seem to have an opinion about this?
Night Render really just wants to go kill things.
Night Render is still very interested
Okay,
in
well,
those
we
evil
can-
things, which Akira's also going to say, I think we should probably leave the evil where it is. It's been there for well over 1,000 years, and it's likely best not to disturb it.
No, you have to disturb. If I'm going to be king of this castle, I'm not gonna have fucking undead things here. So we're gonna like rid the castle of undead things. Not going to be king of the grave. What the
They're
fuck
not-
is that nonsense?
You are a grave cleric.
They're not a part of the court. They're
Shut up.
just buried.
No, yeah, no, but they're evil, and I don't want an evil
But the evil
castle,
can't
now
hurt
do I?
anyone.
They
Perhaps
might.
we deal with that later. For our immediate
Like-
issue, I do have some connections to the druids and others who have lived among and around the Dreadwood. Theron.
Oh, that's right.
Uh-huh.
You have that friend.
The weird
Oh,
friend, the
friend.
weird
I
one.
remember
yes,
editing
he
that
has
chapter.
a toad.
I edited that chapter so long ago. He does have a
Oh my
toad.
god, I forgot
And
about it.
He
while I
does.
don't believe he would want to rule this area, I do believe that they could be convinced that this
Mm.
might be a nice place to live in our absence.
Ah, so like a
Tenant.
lord in my
A lord,
fucking court.
people who live here and, make sure that it's still available when we
Serfs.
return.
Yeah.
Fiefdom, if you will.
Oh my god.
I don't know that I have a good way to contact him, though, right now. But if we do return to Saltmarsh, it will be
Right,
quite
sending-
easy
I
to
don't
reach
know.
him.
Okay, so are we staying here for right now, or are we going back to Saltmarsh? I don't. When was the next full? My father said he was going to contact me on the full moon. When is the full moon?
You've got to
No, or the eclipse.
I would like to
forgot.
know about the full
It was
moon
a clip, a
information
full moon
too,
or
because
something.
My crown charges up at the next full moon.
Yeah, your crown
My
charges
crown.
up. Crown.
The cloud
Crown.
concept.
Tiara.
Send in the clouds.
You'll have to.
I will have to go back and check my notes. I don't have that right now, but it is not this week. You
Okay.
have some time.
I don't want to go to
Right.
Saltmarsh. They're so needy.
Right here,
Yeah,
you're a
I
queen.
know.
Like,
Mina's
yeah,
like
but my
retirement, retire now.
sister is with Anders, and I would kind of like to
I'm so
make
sorry.
sure
You're right.
she's not getting
I-
killed.
that was super selfish of me.
And
You're right.
Akira and I need to
Your
go
family's great.
check in
Right.
and
Yeah,
keep
the-
tabs on Scarin.
The council
And
members
that's
can't
why I
just
fucking hate
vanish.
Saltmarsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No
you're not
offense,
wrong.
Torgal, to your wonderful family. They are welcome to move out here if they would like.
No, you're,
Did
God damn Saltmarsh.
we
you're
give
not wrong.
Katva a sending stone? I can't remember if we had set up a way to communicate with her or not.
No, but
think
we
we've
called
just
her
been
with
messaging
Grace's
her.
brain.
Yeah.
no,
I
know we
called
did that.
her
I
at
just
one
wasn't sure if
point.
we had set up something with like the counselor Katva or anything for communication.
The council can contact me on my earring.
Well, Scarin can.
Yeah,
Garen can.
Your Bluetooth.
my
Yeah.
Bluetooth earring.
Right.
Blue pod.
But they were supposed to contact me if there were any terribly imminent votes. And they have not done so.
Yeah, terribly imminent votes,
last-
terribly imminent killing's not the same thing.
The last you left Saltmarsh, the council had voted to go to war against the Shahaugen alongside the Sea Elves, Merfolk, Locath, and
So we should
Lizard
go
folk.
find out whether they won or not.
How'd it go?
We at least know that
Well, with-
recently-ish Saltmarsh isn't destroyed because Kai scryed on them.
exactly. At one point, your side of the war had a dragon, and then that dragon was murdered.
I
you
don't
guys.
count that as our side though, so. But yes, we did do that. So we should return to
So, yeah.
Saltmarsh. I may try to find some of the elves or druids that I know Farron was in contact with along the way, because I would like to ensure that this place remains unadulterated by the pirates. But we should return.
So are you guys gonna at least stay one night here?
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Check out the second floor.
Yeah.
I think that'd be wise.
We
Yeah.
will spend the
With Castle.
night,
All right.
the rest of the day exploring. Sleep here and then head out by morning.
All right.
Perfect.
Then I think that is plenty for the Discord to handle this week.
True.
It's also the last week of school for me, so it's going to be very, 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 very busy for the next 3 days, and then I've
I was
got
gonna
so
say,
much
I
time on
remember,
my
I
hands.
remember last
So-
summer where we were on the Discord like
All the
constantly.
time.
So much. Yeah.
Yeah. So our subscribers are in for a treat
Summer break.
because yeah, summer break comes and Mr. Principal gets to write a lot.
Yeah.
Although this summer I'm not on bed rest, so I will not be playing quite as often as I was playing last summer when I was literally doing nothing but sitting and playing D&D.
Yep.
Which is not as fun as I thought it would be because I was really bored. I wanted to go do things.
Yeah.
Well, I just dropped a link to our link tree in the Twitch chat, so hop on over there, hit up the Discord. We have a new subscriber campaign, one shot. This is gonna be starting soon. So if any of you are in our subscribed to our Ko-fi, you all can hop into that. I think Max is going to be leading that one, so that ought to be very interesting.
This will-
I'm looking forward to
Hi.
playing.
This will be our
Drake.
first subscriber-led side campaign, so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I still have to decide if I'm going to join.
This will be the first time that anyone other than Amelia out of this group has played with me as a player.
Mm.
Y'all are about to learn what real chaos is. I mean,
That's scary.
When the
Sit
DM
here.
finally gets to play.
Yeah, our Discord is free to join, but we do have perks for people who pay, so up to you. We'd love to have you over there either way.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight on our 1-year Twitch anniversary. It's been one hell of a year, and I'm so grateful for it.
We appreciate all of you.
Thanks for taking the time to appreciate the baby D&D players and how far we've come.
so far,
Yeah.
so proud.
It really has been such a great year, and we wouldn't be able to do half of the stuff that we do without all the support of so many people who just encourage our characters, encourage our growth, encourage our storytelling. So to everyone in the Discord, thank you so much. To everyone who just pops in from TikTok and likes our random videos, thank you. You guys are all awesome, and we love you as a community so much.